This watch brand has done it again. They've just made their best watch even better. They've released some brand new dial options that take this watch to a whole new level. Now, this is a watch that I have reviewed before. I've actually reviewed it twice in the last year. And the reason why I'm reviewing it for a third time is because I genuinely think it's that good. I own this watch in my personal collection. I wear it all the time. So it's always a pleasure to review new dial options and hopefully spread my enjoyment of this watch to everybody watching. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. I invite you to join our little community, hit the subscribe button. It would genuinely be a pleasure to have you. So this is the Benjamin James Scarifour. To regular viewers of the channel, you'll know how much I adore this watch. This is a proper integrated bracelet sports watch, but with classical dimensions. It's not got that sort of gaudy, oversized PRX-y look to it. It's small, it's elegant, it's classy. And on the wrist, it wears a treat, and it's one of those watches that you put on, you forget you're even wearing a watch, but every time you look down, it puts a smile on your face and it makes your chest puff out a little bit more. By the way, this video is not sponsored. This is only on loan from Benjamin James. I'm simply a big fan of the brand and I'm a big fan of this watch. Now, the reason I like this watch so much is because of its versatility. You see, it is quite sporty, so it lends to casual wear very easily. But because it's a little bit smaller in size and it features some polished finishes, it means that it also almost doubles up as a dress watch. And there's not a lot of watches out there that are that versatile. So this one does fully go after that sort of 70s vibe. The Royal Oak, the Nautilus, the icons. But it does it in a fun, sort of playful way, certainly vintage inspired, don't get me wrong. And because of the style of the Scarifour, I've said it before, but I think this is a watch that looks expensive. Integrated bracelet sports watches are some of the most expensive in the world. And that's because, in my opinion, they offer some of the best aesthetics when on the wrist. A wrist roll with a sports watch like this just looks $1,000,000. All of the different finishes, the details on the watch, they dance in the sun and make the watch look like it costs 10 times more than it does. Now, I've said before that the Scarifour gives me Cartier Santos vibes. It's small, it's petite, it feels classy, and you've also got a beautiful framed dial similar to the Cartier Santos. Instead of screws though, this one features just little dots on that bezel, but it still gives that same sort of vibe. Now, I love the dial design on the Scarifour. It's so clean. Just simple applied stick indexes around the dial, and then just a simple Roman numeral up at the 12 o'clock. Nothing's been overdone, everything feels in the right place, and even just the 2 lines of text on the dial feels just right. Now, as mentioned, this is a new dial option for the Scarifour. There are 3 new stone dials being launched. There is a lapis dial, an agate dial, and a jade dial. Now, of course, I've got the green jade dial here. I'm a massive fan of green dials, and my Scarifour automatic also does feature a green dial. The 3D chevron finish to the automatic hasn't been carried over to these new dials. The jade is just a flat piece of stone that doesn't feature any fancy finishes. Now, because it's a flat piece of stone, it's almost got a matte finish to it, which means it absorbs the light much better than the other versions of the Scarifour. Of course, because this is a natural piece of stone, no 2 dials look the exact same. You get small details, small imperfections almost amongst the stone, which makes it slightly different to every other model that will be produced. Now, inside of this one is the Solita SW210 hand-wound movement. It does have a display case back. You can see the movement through the display case back. It's quite a utilitarian movement when it comes to the Swiss. They usually feature loads of fancy finishing. This one, not so much. It's still, no doubt, a good-looking movement. Hand-wound movements are always the best looking in my opinion. And the main reason I love the Scarifour is the dimensions. On the wrist, this watch just wears a treat. There is no other way to put it, it's a pleasure to wear. 30mm case diameter, 40mm for the lug to lug, and then case thickness, because of the hand-wound movement, just 8.3mm. It slides under a cuff with ease, it looks incredibly beautiful and classy on the wrist. It's one of those watches that you put on in the morning and you know the day is going to be good because you've got a stylish watch on wrist that isn't going to get in the way. Spec here is good, it's not outstanding, it's not going to blow you away. It does feature a sapphire crystal with anti-reflective treatment. Water resistance is only 50 meters, it's only got a push-pull crown, but of course you don't buy this one because it's a spec monster or because it's the best value for money out there. You buy this one because it's one of the most stylish microbrand watches on the market. Now, the flaws with this one, I feel like I'm sort of repeating the same things recently. Mechanical movement, no running seconds hand. It's weird because Benjamin James does make a version of the Scarifour with a Swiss quartz movement, and that one is substantially cheaper than the Swiss hand-wound movement. However, unfortunately with this one, it's only the hand-wound version that's available to buy. No seconds hand, mechanical movement doesn't make any sense. I've not mentioned the loom, it does feature some, it's just completely pointless. There's a tiny amount on the hands, but nowhere else. I'm in the boat of they just shouldn't have bothered. And because of all the polished surfaces on this watch, the bezel, those center links, it is a bit of a fingerprint magnet. You'll probably have to clean this a couple times throughout the day, especially if you work with your hands. So just bear that in mind, you'll probably have to give it a couple of wipes per day. Now with these new stone dials launching, all of the Scarifour models are becoming available to order. So the automatic versions, the original hand wound and quartz versions are going to be available to order too, and of course these new stone dial options are going to be available for pre-order. If you order one of the new stone dials, they're aiming for a December delivery, so these watches are already in production, they're nearly ready to ship, and there is exactly 100 of each dial available to order. Now some of the other versions have immediate shipping available. I've not been told exactly which ones they are, but I'm sure the website will tell you. I believe this is the first time Benjamin James has ever given you the option to buy and immediately receive the watch. If you didn't know, Benjamin James only does really small pre-order windows a couple of times per year, so if you have been thinking about buying one of these, right now might be the best time, because you might be waiting another 6 months for the next pre-order window. Now this is the most expensive Scarifour to date, unfortunately. £948 for this one. Now that is a little bit hard to stomach because you can buy the quartz version of the Scarifour for about £500. You know, it's nearly double the price for this version. It's quite a high jump, but of course this is the Swiss Solita hand-wound version, so you've got to factor that in. Also, stone dials typically are a little bit more expensive. It's certainly not the most affordable watch out there, I can appreciate that, but I am a big fan of the Scarifour range. I wear my automatic all the time, so if you do buy one of these, I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's one of those watches that you just fall in love with because it's so good looking. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Bye for now.